Hello everyone, I am Sajid and welcome back to my channel SciTech. In today's video, to talk about the default Battlegrounds mobile gameplay settings which are available in all the three smartphones which I got right now. So this is a question which I'll be getting always, friends. What are the default graphics in the iQOO Z3? What are the default graphics in the Poco X3 Pro? I thought of making a video which will be including all these phones together, so you'll be getting a clear idea. The iQOO Z3 has got the Snapdragon 768G processor, and the Realme X2 Pro which has got the Snapdragon 855 Plus, and the Poco X3 Pro has got the Snapdragon 860 processor. So let's see, friends, which phone has got what type of Battlegrounds mobile gameplay settings. And all the three smartphones, they do have the higher refresh rate, I mean 90Hz and 120Hz in these two phones. So let's get started, friends, without wasting any kind of time. And in case if you're interested in this kind of Battlegrounds mobile videos, so make sure to check the playlist, so which are created for the Battlegrounds mobile users only. So in this playlist you'll find all other different smartphones which I did upload previously, so which are default graphics you can find for the plenty of other devices as well. As you can see, the list goes on, so make sure to check the playlist, which will be really helpful. So let's get started. I'll try to open the Battlegrounds mobile in all the phones, and I'll try to keep it ready as well. I'm going to turn on the Wi-Fi in the phones and open the game. And during this time of demonstration, I'm not trying to use any kind of GFX tool. So there is no config file, so no GFX tool, nothing yet. Also, without using any kind of GFX tool and without using any kind of patch files. So this is what we are going to see, which phone will be having what type of default graphics settings. So this is going to be really interesting, friends. So in case if you're planning to buy the phones for the gaming purpose, so which phone has got what type of settings. So you should know all these things before actually buying the device. So let me try to quickly close everything and open the settings first. So first let's start with the iQOO Z3, which is a Snapdragon 768G processor. Let's see what type of settings we do have in this kind of phone. I'm going to go back quickly and go to the settings, graphics. And here we go. As you can see, friends, we do have the smooth and extreme settings. As you can see, smooth and extremes, and in the balanced and ultra, HD and ultra, HDR and ultra HD is not there. As you can see, these are the settings available for the iQOO Z3. So this is the exact iQOO Z3 model which I'm trying to use right now. As you can see, so there is no extreme option available. Only for the smooth and extreme only there is an option available. As you can clearly see, these are the settings for the Snapdragon 768. Now let's move to the next phone, which is a Realme X2 Pro, which has got the Snapdragon 855 Plus chipset. Let's try to go to the settings, and you'll be really shocked to see 90 FPS. Yes, friends, the Snapdragon 855 Plus has got the 90 FPS update. I think for the past few months I was able to play, so maybe close to 5 months, I think 4 to 5 months. So I already got the 90 FPS update in the PUBG itself. In the PUBG only 1.4 version as well, I did get the 90 FPS. But this 90 FPS even in the Battlegrounds mobile also, you'll be able to play it absolutely fine. Fantastic, friends, no issues in terms of the playing 90 FPS. HDR and extreme and ultra HD option is also available. In case if you want to download, you can download. But one thing is that if you want to use a 90 FPS, what happens, you need to use some different kind of trick to make it work in the Realme X2 Pro. There's some kind of Realme UI, I think, game space problem. I'm not sure what type of problem it is, but if you try to use the different kind of trick, only then you will be able to play at 90 FPS in this phone. Unfortunately, there's a problem not only with this phone, Realme X1 Max, Realme X1 Pro as well. So basically the Realme phones X series, they do have this kind of issues. Now let's move to the final phone, which is the Poco X3 Pro. So Poco X3 Pro has got the Snapdragon 860 processor. So with the 860 processor, obviously we'll be thinking that this might get 90 FPS, but that's not the case. So we don't have any kind of 90 FPS in this Poco X3 Pro device at this moment. Only balanced extreme, HD extreme, and HDR and extreme, and ultra HD with ultra. As you can see, these are the settings which you are having. So there is no 90 FPS option you can find in this phone. That's the one thing which I thought of just mentioning. So let's do the mini kind of gaming test on this Poco X3 Pro first. Later I'll try to do the mini gaming test on the other phones as well. So I just want to give the quick idea what is happening with all the phones in the basically. So this is a quick details, friends, in terms of the default graphics settings. So from now I'll be trying to play the slightly repeat kind of game in each and every phone. Just a TDM only match, team deathmatch only, nothing much. I won't play the classic match. I won't take your time much. So just for a few minutes of time, I just want to play this game just to show you the performance results, how the phones are behaving in terms of the performance. If you use the config file, you can get the 90 FPS. In this Poco X3, yes. If you use the config file only, then you will be able to get the 90 FPS option. Otherwise, you cannot get the 90 FPS option in this Poco X3 Pro. Yes, that's another disadvantage we are having in the Poco X3 Pro. So I'm not sure when this problem will be fixed in the Poco X3 Pro. Maybe with the next update we might get that kind of issue fixed, but let's see how much time this actually takes to fix this kind of issue. That is what the question actually is, and right now we'll be able to get 60 FPS without any kind of problem, because obviously the smooth is supported at this 60 FPS as well. The smooth, that's another thing. And still, if you try to use a 90 FPS, maybe a config file, then it will definitely support the 90 FPS as well, the config file, but you need to use a config file to get that 90 FPS support. So these are the few gameplay in the Poco X3 Pro, and in the Realme X2 Pro, let me show you exactly the Realme X2 Pro. Small gameplay, let's see. Slightly increase the brightness so you'll actually get the experience. So in the Realme X2 Pro, as I said, you don't get that 90 FPS working, unfortunately. You need to use this kind of different trick, but some users they were able to play the Realme X2 Pro. Yes, few of them. I'm not sure, maybe this might be problem with my software issue, I think, in this phone, but still I'm just trying to say you. So overall, the Realme X2 Pro is the clear winner in this kind of category while playing the BGMI. This phone was able to get this kind of 90 FPS update in this phone. That's really a fantastic option which is available right now in this phone. So let's see, friends. I'll try to do the another comparison as well, gameplay comparison and battery draining comparison in detail. I'll try to explain you what is happening with all the phones in case if you wanted. So first kill, yes or no. So I just want to do the mini kind of review only, not the main review which I'm trying to do anyway. So I'll try to do the battery draining test as well. In case if you're interested, I can do the battery draining test comparing these three phones in case if anyone wants. So if you have any other questions regarding this kind of smartphones, let me know in the comment section below, friends. Definitely I'll be able to solve your doubts in terms of if you're having any kind of doubts regarding these phones. So let me know in the comment section below. So now I'll try to move to the iQOO Z3 as well. So let me start the match in the iQOO Z3. So when the match begins in the iQOO Z3, then I can definitely start here. And the iQOO Z3 is about to begin, and iQOO Z3 is also a real good mobile phone, but the software optimization should be updated for this phone to be supported this kind of high FPS. And the iQOO Z3, let's see. This is also a really good mobile phone, not bad at all. Not bad. I did like the weight, and both phones seems to be kind of same, the iQOO Z3 and the Realme X2 Pro, because of this kind of notch section. You can definitely feel that kind of old style which is going on. I need to do the FPS test as well on this phone, so I'll make sure to stay tuned for the FPS test, which I'll try to do. Some people, they did complain that they are facing some kind of lag as well, lag and delay while playing in this phone, in the iQOO Z3 mainly. I'll try to test how much it is true, how much it is fact. That is what I'm going to test in the next upcoming videos. So stay tuned for those videos, friends, in case if you're interested. So these are the quick settings and default settings comparison between all of these smartphones, and see you in the next video, friends. Until then, stay tuned for more updates, and meanwhile, bye.